guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Sbahle Mkize and this is my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are a new viewer, welcome. I hope that you stay and you subscribe so that you don't miss another video again. And if you are a regular Zegila, like Michali would say, a regular Zegila subscriber, thank you so much for staying. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for commenting. I love you. Okay, so guys, as you can see by the title of this video, let me just catch up. Okay, so as you can see by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about what to expect when you arrive in China in your training center. So we're going to be talking working hours, we're going to be talking code of conduct, we're going to be talking what happens in the classroom. I'm just going to give you guys some points to, keep you or rather to make you aware of, some things that are going to be different from what we are used to, especially in South Africa. The work ethic in this country is different, I truly believe. I also think the general just working hours, uniform, code of conduct, I think can sometimes be very different. So I thought, let me sit down and talk to you guys about that. Okay, so I'm going to go straight into this video and I'm not even going to start explaining anything more and going off track. So yeah, let's start. So the first thing I want to talk about is working hours and working days. So I work for a training center. And by definition, a training center isn't necessarily a school because the children don't see us on regular school hours. They see us after school, right? So they come to us from 2:30. So this is on weekdays. So Wednesday, okay, first let's start with time. 2:30 to 8:30. Okay, and our working days are different. We work from Wednesday to Sunday, and the working hours from Wednesday to Friday are 2:30 to 8:30. And then Saturday and Sunday are from, so I work 12-hour days. So from 8:45 to 8:30, or even sometimes to 9 if I'm doing stuff afterwards. So, that is for me was a huge difference because obviously we're used to 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 7:30 to 4:30 or 3:30. So that was a huge, my body was like, what's happening kind of thing. And my weekends now are Monday and Tuesday. So be aware of that. I'm talking in regards to a training center. If you're going to be working for a kindergarten or an international school, I know that the hours are generally the working days are generally Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 4:30 or something like that. So those are things to be aware of when you're looking for schools to work for. So like I said, I'm working for a training center. I'm going to be talking more about a training center. Okay, so moving on to uniform, right? I feel like we need to talk about this because even when you're packing and making your way to China, be aware that the uniform is going to change. It's not going to be, when you're thinking you're going to go find a job in South Africa and you find a job in corporate, for example, you start buying shirts, you go to Woolies or Edgar's and you get your nice formal shirts, your chinos. Girl, you're not going to need any of that if you're going to a training center, right? Because a training center, you get in there with the kids, you go down with the kids, you're playing with them, you're jumping around with them, danzanabo, you're in there. So you need casual, comfortable clothes. So my uniform is just a basic t-shirt. Yeah, it's just a basic t-shirt. And I generally like to wear my tights, like my Adidas or Nike tights, and some sneakers, some comfortable trainers that I can move around in because I'm on my feet from 2:30 to 8:30 and again from 8:45 to 8:30, So it changes. And I think even for kindergartens and international schools, I've seen their uniforms are also very casual. A nice t-shirt, like everyone has, and you wear what you want. You can wear shorts, you can wear tights, you can wear jeans. And I think that's one of the things I really like that the uniform is casual and we're comfortable, right? And we express ourselves in whatever way we want to in terms of what we wear below. They are generally not very strict about, piercings and tattoos. I've seen people with a whole arm tattoo teaching. And, that's one of the things I really love, that people are able to express themselves. So when you're packing, unless you're going to work for that other school. That school. They're going to tell you to buy chinos. So that one I can't control. And other schools, of course, will tell you, hey, the uniform is formal. But generally, training centers, guys, t-shirts, shorts, not chinos, jeans, and sneakers and stuff. Okay, so let's move on to code of conduct, right? I think I'm going to talk in relation to the trainings and in your centers where you're going to be working. So when I talk about trainings, most of you know when you are looking for a job or trying to get to China, they start to offer you the job and you get the job, whatever. They tell you that, okay, you're going to be going through a training, right, to get aware of the school or the training center's code of conduct, their curriculum, etc., etc. So, one of the things that I feel like I want to really emphasize is that when you come here, right, there's people coming in from all over the world. And all of you guys are different. You're all coming from different cultures, different, upbringings. And work ethic, I think, is so important when you come to China, where you really need to proactively be umuntu that is trying to stand out, okay? And when I say trying to stand out, I'm not saying be the teacher's pet, no. But I'm saying be proactive, read things that have been given to you and say, if they give you manuals or stuff about your curriculum, read them. Don't wait to go to the training and find out about it. Do that extra work. Put in that extra work prior. In the trainings, raise your hand, man. And if obviously some of us, our characters are not the same, but I think it's so important for how they also perceive you. Because one of the things they do is watch foreigners. They really do watch you from the minute you get to China. And not watch you like, what's your every single move, but they watch your work ethic. They watch how involved you are in the training. They watch how you interact with the other foreigners. They watch how you speak. They watch, and that all plays a part in making sure that you pass probation, right? Because this is the first time they see you outside of the interview, how you interact with others, how you speak, how you are organized, how you are punctual. So it's so important that you show out and you do the most in the training. And I've seen people actually being sent home, guys, from the training because you didn't perform. You didn't show us, Uti, you are responsible, that you're organized, that you are proactive, that you are a good team player, that when you're asked, Uti, like one of the examples I'm going to give you, like in the trainings, they ask you guys to read one of the classroom guides, teacher guides, ne? And you are asked to teach in front of the group of adults. And in the group of adults, like 4 of them are going to be asked to pretend to be kids. And you need to act like you're in the classroom setup. How is your teacher talk? How's your energy? And like, oh my God, I can't do this. This is so embarrassing. Guys, this job, you need to not take yourself seriously. You need to be able to just let go and be a kid and not even be a kid, but don't take yourself so seriously. Jump if you need to jump. Hop, wave your hands. It's so tough to see, because some people get sent back because they just couldn't let go. And I think it's so important that you understand that before you get here. Well, it's not going to be like, okay, hello everyone. This is this is a tree. Can you say it's a tree? No, you need to be like, kids, it's a tree. Can you say it's a tree? Like you need to be. I mean, like, but you understand what I'm saying? You need to really be energetic, and I'm energetic, but there also is moderation. Kuna levels or some people are energetic in their voice, some people are energetic with their hands, or some are energetic with their expressions. So I think it's so important that you guys take note of that it's going to be different, and there is eyes on you from the time the training starts when you arrive in China. Okay, so code of conduct in the training I've spoken about. Now I'm going to talk about in your center. Okay, so now you've finished your training. You've been allocated to your center. They won't tell you this. I've found that they don't tell you where you're going to be or what center you're going to be in when you leave South Africa. You might know what city you're going to go to, like Beijing or Nanjing, but they don't tell you where, excuse me, where in Beijing you're going to be. So once they allocate you in your center, once you arrive in China, I think it's wise that you, once you arrive in your center, really don't be afraid to ask questions, speak to the other staff members in your center, other foreign teachers, and also Chinese teachers, speak to them, what's in the area, tell me about this, be loyal muntu who talks to others. I mean, it's difficult because you're moving to a new country, right? So much is being thrown at you. You've got training, you've got this, you have to find an apartment. And it gets tough, right? And I think it's so important that I mentioned that your center is your home base. Or like your office or your school is your home base. That is where you learn how to set up your phone, your apps, your shopping apps, Taobao, your places where you can find food in the area. So try as much as you can to come out of your comfort zone, especially if you are a shy person or a little bit more reserved. Try to speak to people and ask them about the area, ask them about the center, ask them about to keep you updated about the office gossip or whatever. Like, insert yourself and really, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And also in terms of like, once you get your schedule and you're in there and they're telling you about, okay, so you're going to be observing some foreign teachers to see how things work. Ask questions. Go to the foreign teacher that you're going to be observing prior and be like, hey, I'm going to be observing this. Can you tell me what to expect? Like, tell me about your kids. Which ones are the naughty ones? Can you tell me their names? Which ones are the good ones? Who's like proactive. Guys, they love that. And that makes you stick out. And I mean, you're not doing a lot. You're just being proactive. You're just asking questions. You're just showing that you want to be here, and you want to learn as much as possible. And that in the long run gives you a good name, a head office. And, you're up, it gives you a good name, and you can be up for promotions, up for increments. They're going to be, they're going to know who you are. And in a space where, Sibaning, there's so many foreigners, I think it's important for you to find because everyone, let me get this straight. Everyone has their magic. Everyone has their shine. Everyone has their thing. And I think it's so important that you don't shell up, right? Once you're here and then be like, okay, sing figile, I can just shell up. No. This is where you really need to find your own and find your magic. So yeah, do that. Be proactive in your center. And be inquisitive, ask questions, So yeah, that's in your center. And then one thing I really want to highlight is punctuality. I've actually seen people get fired, guys, for being late for 3 times. Being late for training, being late for a class, and being late for training, a class, or like, for example, like a class is like a no-go. Don't be late for class. Like, it's a wrap. Being late for training is like a no-go. And being late for like a meeting, like at the HQ, if you have to meet with one of the managers or whatever, like you have 3 strikes and it's a wrap. And literally they can cancel your visa and you're out of there. So punctuality, guys, has never been so important. And obviously we know that you have to be punctual. But I think the culture in South Africa, emsebenzini, I've noticed, Sibaya who's the one who's always late and everyone covers for everyone, which is fine, right? But Lana, guys, you're also working against your managers, high up, the teachers, Chinese teachers, the parents, and the other foreigners. And these are 4 different people, 4 different entities that you can't control, that everyone's going to come for you and will rather say, oh, no, she's late because, or find an excuse for you. Like, everyone is going to be like, this person wasn't here. Maybe 2 of them are going to be like, oh, no, she was, and then the other 2 are like, she wasn't here. And they're going to go complain. And they're going to be like, you're going to be known for that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is stay proactive, stay on the ball, be organized, be punctual, kind of thing. Okay. Now, let's talk about in the classroom. Okay, this is something I really wanted to talk about because I found that I was like, ooh, kind of thing. Like I caught feelings about it. So the first thing I want to talk about is Chinese teachers. Chinese teachers play a huge role in your success and in your time here as a foreign teacher. I call you foreign teacher because that's what we are known as in the classroom. We are a foreign teacher. There's a Chinese teacher and a foreign teacher, and they work hand in hand. In any training center and kindergarten, international schools, it might be different, but Tina, in the training centers, it's the Chinese teacher and the foreign teacher that work together. And it's so important that you have a good relationship with all your Chinese teachers. And I think they don't emphasize this enough in the trainings, right? They let you kind of find your feet and they kind of want to test you, I feel. So this is me giving you some advice. Number 1, before any class, liqala, speak to each and every one of your Chinese teachers. They have a relationship with the parents and they have a relationship with the children, right? Because they are the ones who speak Chinese. And the kids are the most comfortable with the Chinese teacher. You are coming as a foreign teacher and the kids are immediately like, who is this? And they grab a hold of the CT. So speak to your CT. Go to her. Hey, can you tell me about the kids? Which ones are like this? Which ones are like that? What should I do to get this one to like me? What should I do to get this one to like me? Tell me about the parents. What do they expect? What do they enjoy? Kind of thing. Do they like it when the kids do crafts? Do they like it when the kids come home and recite what they learned in the classroom? It's so important for you to have a good relationship with the CT because they go back and report to the head office. And be proactive when you guys start having classes. Tell them, okay, this is the crafts and these are the things that I'm going to be doing with them. Can you please help me here, here, and here? They love that. They want to see that you are organized and you take some time to think about the classroom and the procedures, and that you think about how they can help you because they are there to help you, especially with the kids. Okay, and then let's talk about parents. Okay, so I'm not gonna go too much into this, but the first thing you must know is every single classroom has a camera. Every single classroom has a camera. Parents are watching as you are teaching in live time. Okay, so be aware of which kid tries when. Be aware that you let each kid try an activity. Let each kid try an activity. Try touch on the board. Try whatever. You need to be aware of that. You need to be aware of each kid's name. Bagit, know your kids' names. I know it's going to be tough because there's 15 kids in each class, maximum, or even minimum. And you need to know each kid's name. And actually, parents catch feelings when you don't know their kids' names. And this is why in your first couple of weeks, be proactive. Go back to your CT, right? I'm going back to that point. Hey CT, at the start of every class, please make sure each kid has a label, a name tag. And do that, clap it for 2 weeks or 3 weeks because we see the kids twice a week or even 3 times a week. So by 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you should know each kid's name kind of thing. and really take notes, know your kids, because the parents watch the classroom as you're teaching, watch and hear if you know your kids' name, their kids' names, and catch feelings when you don't. And they go and they report that. This teacher smart doesn't know my kid's name. You know? Another thing I want to say is, this was before COVID, obviously, because we haven't had this in a while, but parents have open classes where they actually come into your classroom and sit at the back and they watch you teach. So it's so important. Obviously, we don't speak Chinese, but they can see, man, when you are invested in each and every child's growth. And as a teacher, right, you might not be trained as a teacher, but as an individual, the effort that you put on in each and every child, the time that you take, the care that you take, they watch and they see that. So please be prepared for that. Like emotionally, guys, it takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot. It's tiring. And I feel like we don't talk about that because, when you're in it and you're working and you're just go, it's tough. So the parents are watching and the parents will report. So be aware of that. When you're teaching, when you're doing your open classes, know your kids' names, let your kids try, give your kids hugs, be loving, be, attentive, etc., etc. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the kids, okay, and what to expect. Number one, as a black woman, South African woman, the kids at first glance, when they see me, they cry, period. Like, because I'm black, they don't even know. Most of the time, they've never interacted with a black person, okay? So they just waterworks. And then Sva has to come down to their level and smile. And, my volume must go down a bit in my voice. I need to, be a little bit more animated. Hi, how are you? Can I get a high five? Mommy, can you give me a high five? Like, you need to, build trust with them, build rapport with them. And it's going to get tough. I remember my first 3 weeks as a teacher. Every single class, guys, we would have at least 10 minutes of crying. And crying, Leo Guti, guys, when I come near, it goes louder. When I try to touch, they're like, and they wipe their hand off. Guys. And at first I caught feelings. I was like, what the hell, guys? Hey, boy, what is this? I felt horrible. And then I started to understand that, hey, these kids have never interacted with someone who looks like me. And they are, in complete shock. They're scared. And that is the role I think we play as foreign teachers for the children. When they hire us, these training centers, kindergartens, international schools, we are opening up their mind. We are exposing them to a new face, a new culture, a new accent, a new language. So take the time to build rapport with your kids. Think about, okay, this week, all my kids were crying. What can I do next week differently? Can I bring candy into the classroom? Can I bring, ama soft toys to, speak with the soft toy, like a little tiger, a little bear. Can I bring a costume? Wear a costume. There's different things, like a little crown, a little princess dress. Like, you need to think of ways to build rapport with the kids, because really they are in complete shock when they see foreigners. Another thing is they obviously don't have never been in a classroom setup before. Some of them, it's like their first time in the classroom. So it's important that you set the tone. And with that, so once the crying stops and you start to, set your rules as the teacher, and start to set your how the tone for how you're going to be teaching and everything. I think it's so important to be consistent as a teacher so that the kids know that inside and outside the classroom, gafana. I think sometimes the kids, once they see how stern you are in the classroom or strict, and, and that you can also be, lovey-dovey, hugs and all of this, be that also outside the classroom. Give them hugs. You know, when you see them, be excited when you see them. They love to see that, hey, Usba is still the same person. And when you see them in the malls and see them anywhere, you know, smile, say hi and things like that, because they love that. And that builds rapport inside and outside the classroom with the parents, with the kids, and with the CTs. So yeah, I've said so much. It's 25 minutes. Thank you so much, guys, for staying this long. And I hope that you took something away from this. And this kind of gives you an understanding of what to expect when you start working in your training center or international school, or kindergarten, once you arrive here in China. Let me know, guys, in the comment section if you have any questions. I'd love to answer them for you. And, you know, DM me if you're on Instagram, give me a follow, and let's get chatting and tell me what you want to know, and I'll try to answer the best I can. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, and see you in the next video. Mwah.